Alright, what's up everyone? Noah Walker here, back with my video series, Accumulated Knowledge for Team Cardhoarder. We're on a second match of Ad Nauseam Tendrils against Blue Red Delver, against fellow Team Cardhoarder member Chris Anderson. This hand seems okay. It doesn't actually do anything, but it has a lot of cantrips and two of the really important cards to kill, so I think that it's a keep. I think I'm just going to lead off with like a fetch and a ponder. I think it's probably basic island ponder, just to play around stuff like Wasteland. Like obviously in this matchup we know, since he's playing Blue Red Delver, that his list probably doesn't have Wasteland, and if it does have Wasteland, then there's not very many copies, because you just can't really afford to play very many Wastelands in your Blue Red Delver deck, because you have stuff like Price of Progress, and you have to cast your Storm Chaser Mages and stuff, so it's hard to play Wasteland really. But I'm just going to play like we're blind. I'm not going to pretend I know what he's playing. I'm just going to fetch up the basic island, play a ponder, and see how it goes. Assuming, you know, we don't draw anything that makes our play crazy different, so. But yeah, I really like this Ad Nauseam Tendrils Storm deck. It's like it's just really different to play than most of the decks that I usually play in Legacy, so. It's been really fun. So far. Jerome Ponder is totally fine. Much better for us than him playing something to apply pressure. Like playing Ponder is okay because it helps him find stuff like Force of Will, but especially with him not shuffling, I assume he found some sort of counter magic. But okay, since we drew the basic island, I'm just gonna play the island because the fetch lands are much more valuable because we have the Brainstorm. I like how it says the storm count right over here. Okay, the rest is good. Preordain is pretty solid too. Actually, I think we just keep this. So we don't want the Volk, but we want the other two. No shuffles. And I think I'm actually just going to next turn immediately crack the fetch and then duress and then play something else. Like we could brainstorm and then fetch, but I think like since we have two brainstorms, we're fine the way this is. Again, this hand doesn't look like one that's going to kill our opponent particularly fast, but it sets up like really well. And actually, what I just said isn't even necessarily true. Like if our Preordain or one of these brainstorms hits really well, then our opponent, like Chris, is dead, just dead. So there's that. But what I guess the type of cards that I'm looking for here are just LED and Dark Ritual. I guess those are always, you know, the cards that I really want. So like Dark Ritual into Cabal Ritual into LED into cast Infernal Tutor, sack it, get Past in Flames, recast them all, get the Tendrils and kill. Okay, probe is fine. But then he gets to see all our secrets. Maybe we'll play like a... It'd be really cool if there was like a creature when you played it, and then it got like +1/+1 for each spell you've cast before it. Like Storm, get +1/+1. Because then you could just like, you know, combo off with all your Ponder, Brainstorm, Probe, then play your guy, as opposed to having to have the guy and play first. It'd just be cool, you know. But man, being a little sick is killing me. Sorry if my audio is a little off or if I sound a little weird. I'm just probably fine, but you know, dying. The usual. Cran over here, really tanking on his second Mayface. So I think with the fact that he knows our hand now, like maybe he has like days, maybe he has a Brainstorm. So like the only reason he wouldn't, like he'd be tanking right there is if he has a creature and a Brainstorm, and then wants to Brainstorm in response to the duress or something. So since I know that the card after this Preordain is a land, I'm just going to fetch before we even cast anything else. So I'm just going to fetch, duress, then Preordain. Then we have like a pretty nice following turn with Brainstorm and a fetch land and like two of our best cards to kill. So Yeah, I feel like the tough part about playing these storm decks, like it's really easy to play when you have stuff like duress or cabal therapy, but when you don't, and you're playing against a deck that plays force of will or something, like you just have to decide when is the best time to go off sometimes, and like that's just so difficult to know, you know. But when you have perfect information, like obviously the deck just feels fantastic because it's really hard to mess up. Yawn bug has got me. As the seasons pass, as I become an old man, I just get more tired. Man, Cran's really in the tank over here. Oh, he lost connection. Okay, that makes perfect sense. His internet's just messing up. I was like, man, it's my upkeep and Cran isn't doing anything. Like, what's going on? But now it all makes sense. I really like his hand though. This deck is so sweet. Like if I didn't feel so confident in my ability to play Grixis well, I would just switch to something like this because this deck is just so cool. I mean, obviously it's not like, you know, not like cool in the sense where you're doing things that are like fun and like interesting. It's cool in the sense where like you just kill people out of nowhere with like some random spells. Like there's very few decks in Magic, like aside from like, you know, all the ones that always kill their opponent with a grape shot or like all the past storm decks. It's just so cool that you can just play a bunch of spells and you play one card and they take 1,000 you. Hmm. Man, we're really getting blown out over here by this disconnect. Like I'm just over here trying to battle some Magic, and Crane's like, nah, disconnect. So thinking a little more about this turn, maybe the better play than Preordain is to Brainstorm, because 2 of them is kind of clunky. Like we won't really have time to cast 2 Brainstorms well, but Preordain is always going to be like relatively good because it just always finds something that we want. So I think that next turn actually I'm just going to play Brainstorm, shuffle back the land, and then one of the other 2 cards that we're drawing. So basically we're just 1-for-1ing with the Brainstorm, which is something that I almost never want to do, but I think we're so close to actually just killing that playing the Brainstorm for bad value is totally fine. And I'm actually fine with this Brainstorm getting like dazed or whatever, so I'm going to play it before our land. Okay, yeah. That's just like totally fine. 100% fine. I'm just going to get basic swamp. Actually, yeah, I'm going to get basic swamp. Brainstorm, okay, yeah. So as I thought, he had the Brainstorm, which makes sense as to why he left up the 1 mana as opposed to playing some sort of threat. So Bolt Daze some guys. I'm gonna take the Daze. So taking the Daze shuts off Force as being a draw too. So I think I guess Force can still be a draw because he has the Storm Chaser. So like if he doesn't play Storm Chaser this turn, then we kind of get a tip off that he like put Force of Will back on top. So yeah, looks like that's what happened. I guess technically it could be anything, but if I had to guess what the last card that we don't know about in his hand is, it'd be Force of Will. Okay, so The hand still feels really weak. I kind of want to just fire off the Brainstorm again. Like, I feel like I'm using these Brainstorms. Actually, no, I'm just going to Preordain. I need to stop playing Brainstorms too early. Like, my one rule with, I'm definitely topping these two also. My one rule with decks that play Brainstorm usually is don't play Brainstorm unless I need to play Brainstorm. And when I play decks like this, I'm like, no, just set up the perfect hand, like just jam your Brainstorm. And I'm probably just doing something wrong because I don't think that is the best thing to be doing. Storm Chaser Mage. So this just leads me to believe that either he has Force and another blue card, and those are the two cards that he put back, or like something crazy is going on. So I guess we'll find out next turn. All right, Brainstorm. All right. So if he doesn't have the Force and the Counterspell, then we can just go off. And since we don't really have, anything else to be doing here, I'm just going to go for it. Put back Misty. Put back C. Crack. Yeah, because, no Force of Will, and we just have lethal, so. Pedal. Pedal. Cabal. LED. Rain of Filth. Hold Control. Plays Infernal. Hope the last two cards aren't a Force of Will blue card, but they 99% are. Yeah, exactly. Force pitching a Force. So they were just both Force of Wills. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't have tried to go off there. But I think that this play was actually like pretty fine. And the cool part is that we're not even necessarily dead yet. So like what I like so much about these Storm decks is that if we draw something like Dark Petition into like float 3 red. Oh wow, then we can just win. Bedlam Reveler is such a cool card for Legacy. It was a perfect draw for him there because it's just literally 2 mana, draw 3. And it just seems so sweet in a Legacy deck to me. I haven't seen too many people try to play it yet, but I think it's super good. And I think that like decks like this Blue-Red Delver deck are gonna love this card. We're almost just dead to like a... Oh wait, I messed up. So I didn't crack a fetch, instead I played like an extra pedal or something, but I should have just cracked a fetch so that I knew that I had a live card on top. Now I think we're actually just dead, like 100% dead. But I think if I do it the other way, then I can leave myself with some outs. Like still not like a ridiculous number of outs or anything, but much more than just being straight up dead to the Force of Will here, so. That was probably an oversight by me. So yeah, I think I didn't remember to crack a fetch, and now I'm just dead. Oh, maybe I did crack a fetch because I definitely didn't have a Preordain on top. Bottom. Oh, if only we had drawn the Dark Petition before. Like let's say we draw Dark Petition instead of Preordain, then we crack, Dark Petition, hold priority, crack this for red. So we have 3 black, 3 red. We get Past in Flames, play Past in Flames, play Cabal Ritual, play Rain and Filth, play Infernal Tutor, play Dark Petition, and win. So 1 draw step too late. Man, it's like so close to be able to like crack. Oh, just feels so bad. All right, we did. That was a good game though, a really good game. Let's move on to sideboarding. I think I'm going to sideboard really similar to how I decided to sideboard last game. I think Empty is a good one, and I think Cabal Ritual. Sorry, Cabal Therapy is also pretty good. And I'm just going to shave a Ponder and a Preordain. Like, it's possible that shaving 2 Preordains is better, but Ponder is, like, slightly worse sometimes without a fetch land. Like, Ponder is hands down the best, like, possible with a fetch land. But the thing about Preordain is you can keep a good card and ship a bad card every time that you cast it, so you can try something like that. We don't need any of the decays or K-grips or anything like that. Nothing fancy. Just gonna kill him the old-fashioned way. Count to 10. Yes, I would love to play first. So this hand is kind of air. I think I'm gonna keep though. The good part about this hand is that we have the Ponder and then the Brainstorm, so we can just shuffle away a lot of these excess lands, and we have two of our key cards that kill. So we definitely want the Duress. And LED is also a pretty good one. But we don't really have a way to kill yet though. So I'm gonna put Dark Petition as the last one, then Duress, then LED, because we're drawing both of these no matter what, so. This is actually almost a turn 3 though, I think. Like, well, I can't cast that. I can Infernal Tutor with 4 floating, but what does that actually give me? That doesn't actually give me anything. No, I need like I need something more to be able to go off with this. I don't think that I want the Dark Petition, but the other 2 cards are just way too good to ship this. I think next turn I'm just going to Brainstorm, then Delta to shuffle away. Like, we're only seeing 2 cards that we didn't know about, but I think that's fine. Still a totally fine Brainstorm. Lady Petal Tutor, huh? So yeah, we just only have 4 after the LED and the Petal. But if we do it after next turn, if we get like a Dark Ritual, then I think we just have lethal. I don't actually think I've drawn a Dark Ritual yet. Maybe I just forgot to add onto the deck. One black, 3 mana. Too good. Alright, but here on the other hand, this is a Brainstorm that I don't really want getting dazed. So like, I'm considering just playing the Petal. But it's probably right to just Delta and Brainstorm. Huh. So I think I decided that Dark Petition is worse than actually, yeah, Dark Petition just does absolutely nothing in his hand, so I just can't keep it. And I'll guess I'll put the Swamp back too. Crack this. Get another C, because might as well. And fire off Duress. This one's very likely getting dazed. But the thing is, like, I think if he has the daze, then it might even be right to daze the Brainstorm to make me crack the Fetch and Pay. Okay, yeah, so he did have the daze and just decided not to. Which also is, like, fine and seems to make some sense. Like, a play that I could have made there is just wait. Like, I'm not really under any pressure, so I have a lot of time. But so it could have just been right to wait. The only thing I'm really worried about is that the hand does literally nothing, so. Ooh, Flusterstorm is a super duper annoying one. 3-bolt. Fluster, Daze, Strand, Delta. Ponder. Ponder's like one of the best draws right there. We're really just looking for a Duress or a Cabal Therapy, and then like a Dark Ritual or an effect of that kind. So, and the good thing about it being Ponder and not something else is that if we draw like only one card that we want, let's say, we have the fetch too. so we can shuffle away like the bad cards. I guess it's like the same thing as if it were like a brainstorm here, so very similar. Okay, these cards don't do anything, so I'm just gonna put them back. Okay, Dark Ritual is good. Also doesn't do very much though. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can like get around the Flusterstorm, but I just don't think that there really is. I can, however, next turn Infernal for like get a second Dark Ritual, just to make sure that when I do draw a discard spell that we can just go off. So Bolt is fine. Huh. It's kind of an awkward one, but just gonna grab another one of those Dark Rituals. So yeah, extra Infernals is like, normally people are like, oh, that's so bad, but it's not actually the worst thing. Because if you already have a lot of cards in your hand that can just go off, then you can win with the extra Infernals. Definitely not great by any means, but I think it's fine. So here, what? Any discard spell is still just lethal. Let me look at my sideboard. Yeah, there's no discard spells in here, so that's good at least. Just want to make sure I wasn't making any big mistakes, so. I'm trying to think if there's any other draws that I can like win with. Flusterstorm is just a really annoying card because I can't do anything. Like I cast like 5 spells, unless I can cast something with like 7 or like 8 up after, then there's just no way. But I can play this. 3 goes to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's Infernal with 9 left over. Can get something and play it and have like 5 mana left over, and you just snap Flusterstorms it and we die. But yeah, really just looking for, a duress, a Cabal Therapy, something like that here. Anything else, and I think that I'm just dead, so. Obviously, we have some time. Actually, we have a lot of time because he has no pressure whatsoever. But we need to find something good, hopefully soon. Because as soon as we find something good, it's GG. It is GG. Probably just getting bolted again. Okay, so we know his hand is 1 bolt, a Flusterstorm, a Daze, a Strand, and 2 cards we don't know about. No Rod. How do I beat that card? Alright. It's not going to be easy, but certainly possible. I think what I'm going to have to do is Infernal for another Dark Ritual, and then I can still go off through the Null Rod. I'll have to, like, play Petal, LED, do nothing with them. Okay, that card's really good. I'm going to play it. Ooh. Rain of Filth is also not bad. I kind of wanted to stop top. Duress. So we still know he's a Strand. Actually, we know his whole hand. Strand, Bolt, Flusterstorm, Daze. So here he can Flusterstorm it. Doesn't do very much. So yeah, next turn my line is just going to be Infernal Tutor for the third Dark Ritual. Then it's going to be Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Rain of Filth, Infernal Tutor. And from there, I think I can still win. It's crazy that I think I'm going to win through a Resolved Null Rod. Like, I didn't really imagine that this deck was capable of something like that, but hey. That Preordain was super clutch, too. Unfortunately, we're still pretty weak to him drawing a Force over the course of the next 2 turns, but can't win them all. So now that we know he has Null Rod, I wonder if it's correct to bring in like the non-basic package, but I don't really think it is. I'm just hoping for a shuffle here with this Ponder. If he shuffles with the Ponder, then I might just try to go off anyways. Because we can cast Dark Ritual, Infernal Tutor for Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. So that's 3 mana, down to 2, up to 3, up to 5, down to 4. Infernal Tutor with 4 black floating. Oh, but also we have the red. So, yeah, I actually think that does it, because the Rain of Filth too. Chose to not shuffle. Okay, so he's getting just one of the cards. Storm Chaser. Okay, so we know he's Daze, so I think that actually I have lethal. Yeah, I definitely have lethal. Still know his last 3 cards. I guess he kept the Storm Chaser because he feels like he has to apply some sort of pressure, or there's just no chance that he's winning this game, so it makes some sense. Dark Ritual, Infernal Tutor, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. All off the same 1 mana. If he dazes, we can pay and still have enough to kill, so. This is actually a really sweet line. I'm pretty happy that I found it. Okay. Dark Ritual. Infernal Tutor. Dark Ritual. Got another one. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Petal. LED. Rain of Filth. Sack. The Rain of Filth is actually pretty insane here too, because it just means that we're never dying to the days. Get the past. Oh, wait. Storm count's already 8? Yeah, we can just get the Tendrils and play it. No reason to keep going. Okay, yeah, that was a sweet way to be able to go off through the Null Rod. Infernal Tutor is just super powerful with Dark Ritual, because then you can find a bunch more copies. Like, normally it's like, oh, it sucks when you draw more than one tutor, because they're super clunky, but you can just be able to set it up so that you can just get whatever the best card in your hand is, make sure you have a bunch of them, and still kill. Like, the fact that we killed through a Null Rod, like, I felt like if you shut off LED, like, this deck was super bad, but that impressed me. like threw a Flusterstorm. I guess he didn't have any Force of Wills. Like that was the real thing. Like he had a Flusterstorm, he had 2 dazes and a Null Rod, and that's it for the whole game. And he cast like 2 Ponders and a Probe. So like a little unlucky, but he kept a hand with 3 Lightning Bolts. So like I don't really know what I was expecting, but yeah, ended up pretty well. Let's go to game 3. So I'm not actually sure that Empty the Warrens is very good. Like, it seems okay to me, but 99% of the time you can just go off with Tendrils anyways. So I think I'm going to board out the Empty the Warrens and then just keep in an extra Ponder. Like, Empty didn't seem bad to me here, but I just don't think it's very necessary. I can't imagine there's some way that, like, he gets to a state where he gets rid of the Tendrils and then we can't win. Like, I feel like that is not something that's going to happen, really, in this matchup. Huh, this hand is very interesting. It doesn't do anything, obviously, just looking at it. Like this combination of cards doesn't kill anyone, but it has 2 Brainstorms. I think I'm just going to keep. I don't think I'm going to, like, turn 1 Brainstorm or anything like that, but I think I'm going to keep. Just being able to find the important cards in this matchup feels so good. And mulliganing just doesn't seem fantastic, so I think this hand is fine. Just fine. Come on, Gran, let's duel. Yeah, I had to decide whether or not I wanted to keep. So it seems like his hand's probably not, the best thing ever. Otherwise, he would have just kept, like, relatively fast. Probably has, like, some counter magic, but not, like, a lot. Maybe a cantrip or something. I don't know. Really, with these Rainstorms, we're just looking for a Duress or a Therapy. Definitely prefer Duress here. Therapy is obviously insane still, but Duress is the one that always hits what I want it to hit, so it's crazy how, like, there was a standard format where it wasn't close that you would play, like, 4 Thoughtseize before you considered playing your first Duress, but in a deck like Ad Nauseam Tendrils, like, you'd much rather have, like, play your 4th Duress before you played your first Thoughtseize, just because the only cards you really care about are non-creature. Like, maybe that changes a little with Sanctum Prelate becoming more popular. Like, if they play a Prelate on 1, you're dead. So, but I still just, like, 99% of the time, the card that you're worried about is a spell. So. Delver of Secrets. My boy. Okay, Dark Ritual's great. Dark Ritual, Infernal, Ad Nos. 1, 3. Yeah, we don't have a kill, but it is totally fine. I actually might even cast an end of turn. No, I'm not gonna do it. Like, we could cast a Rainstorm just to, like, try to find something better. Like the thing about this deck is, like, the 1 mana actually matters. So, like, normally, like, if I'm playing any other deck, I would 100% wait till my main phase, play the fetch line, play Rainstorm, and just be 100% like fine with it. Like, don't care at all. But playing this card end of turn means that if we find, like, a second Dark Ritual and a discard spell, then we just have lethal. We just Dark Ritual, LED, discard spell, Infernal Tutor, sack it, get red, replay the Dark Rituals, and win. So yeah, I think that I've convinced myself that I want to cast an end of turn Brainstorm. As bad as it feels, I am doing it. I think this is going to be the first end of turn Brainstorm that I've cast in quite some time, too. Really hope this card isn't Null Rod. Pyrostatic Pillar. Uh-oh. Rainstorm, please. That's a lot of damage. This is a scary magic card. So that means that I can cast not 8 spells. Only need to cast 8 spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to put back. I guess like putting back land is the best play here because we're only able to play 1 land next turn. Well, we're not going to use all these spells either though. Just put back brainstorm land, I suppose. Like I have to go off next turn. Can I? Do I even have enough to do that? 1, 2. So 3 black. I can definitely attempt to go off. 1, 2, 3. The thing is, I only need 9 spells to kill, but I can only cast 8 spells. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, yeah. Put back brainstorm, Misty. We're dead to like a single counterspell here too, so it's definitely not looking great. All right, land, battle. Dark ritual. LED. Control. Infernal Tutor. Sack for red. Alright, so if I get Pass in Flames, play Pass in Flames. Pass in Flames doesn't make us take damage. I didn't even think about that. So I get Pass in Flames into Dark Ritual Tutor. It doesn't even do anything, does it? Black, 3 red. I guess I could get Dark Petition into Past here. What can I even do? Very tricky. I think maybe I messed up. Playing the probe is too much though. It makes me take 4. I think maybe I messed up with the sideboarding here actually. If I just had a 4, 3, and 2, nothing. Sure. Might as well try it, you know. Past. Take this for black. Dark Ritual. Three black. Crack. So I can cast 3 more spells and a tendrils. So what my spells have to be like Brainstorm, Infernal Tutor, and Cabal Ritual. Okay, so yeah, if we actually brainstorm into Infernal Tutor here, then, or sorry, into a Cabal Ritual, then I think I actually get it. Is that my only line though? Seems like that's my only line. If that's my only line, then I must have messed up, right? Is there anything besides Cabal Ritual that does it? Well, Cabal Ritual is 2 into 5. Oh, a Cabal Ritual or an LED actually. So yeah, I didn't mess up too badly. I think this is my best shot at actually winning, so let's try it out. those are not the cards I am looking for. Yeah, so we did. We did. All right, that was another good match. Super close. I had like 7 outs going into that last draw. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I messed up somewhere. Like, it's just really hard for me to play around this card, and I felt like I had lethal, but I was just wrong. My counting was off. This is just a really tough deck to play too. Like, I don't think I had enough time to ad nauseum with this card in play. The pass was okay, but not insane. Like, maybe I'm supposed to wait another turn, but if I'm taking more damage and giving him more time, then I just don't feel like I'm winning. So, but yeah, I did get to a board state where I had what seven outs going into last turn, and 3 draws to find them. So, I don't actually think my chances were that slim to win, but I think I gave myself pretty good odds to win. So yeah, good games. Hopefully we get some more in this last match.